All right, what's up, everybody? Man, I was hoping not to have to. Well, I don't have to do anything as far as making videos, but I made a video yesterday about fresh off the murders of um, Alton, Sterling, and Philando, and how those took place, and they just like really shook and affected the communities everywhere. And now, obviously, I was up all night during the Dallas thing, and I really want to say on I. No, I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, because I felt that whole day, I felt like really eerie that this whole stuff that's going on isn't over, and I felt like it was going to get worse, and that's why I was like just tensed all day, just wanted to go home, go to work, go home, and because I just something didn't feel right. And now, when I say I'm not. I wasn't surprised. I was surprised of the shootings. Not that there was some sort of. I don't even want to call it retaliation because honestly, I think the whole thing is set up in some way. Um, I wasn't surprised that there were shootings. I was surprised where they took place. You know, the recent murders of these black males was in Baton Rouge and I think someplace in Minnesota. That's where honestly, if anything was gonna go down, some crazy, you know, shooting was gonna go down against cops. It was gonna happen in those communities, right where the incidents happened. Because listen to this here, 11 people got shot. Obviously, I think all but one were cops. I don't know the race of the cops. At this point, it doesn't really even matter what race of the cops. I think five were killed. So yes, yesterday in the last stage, you got two black guys killed. Like what? Killed. These weren't like justice stops or anything. They were killed. And this morning we got like I think four or five dead cops. And the thing that bugs me, yeah, there's four or five dead cops, but yet the cops that all the cops last I checked that had brutally murdered people, still walking free, living their life, probably still got jobs. This Dallas shooting did nothing but ignite a race war because after these shootings was coming out, the racist mask came off and people were just saying what they needed to say. And I was like, you know what, back off the internet because it's about to get really insensitive, really racist. And I'm hoping, my neighbors, don't look at me a different way. I'm hoping my good friends, my coworkers, anything, don't look at me a different way. And because of this incident, because I feel like what this incident is going to do is it's going to bring out the worst of people and hate will arise. But the thing is that's what baffled me this whole time is like, one, violence never stops violence. Show me in a situation where violence was the answer. So all that did was make things worse for us. Now with that shooting, we're talking about they're already tinkering with the amendments and the rights. We might lose the right to protest. They already want to take guns and right to free speech. So that shooting just kind of helped that agenda. Whether planned or whether it was some idiots that wanted to make a stand. And it made no sense. It makes no sense at all. I understand anger. I understand it. But you got to think about it. There are people protesting everywhere. In Jersey, when I was coming back from work, there's people protesting, cops blocking off the street, letting them protest, not yelling at the protesters or anything. We were able to protest. In Dallas, for like it was they're helping out with the protesters, doing right by the people and letting them do it, giving the people their time to protest, and of course somebody had to mess it up. Somebody had to mess it up, and I'm not going to be like the shooters were protesters. They weren't protesting. They used that advantage, and took advantage of it, and now we all sitting here mad with this horrible feeling in our hearts. It sucks. Death is not the answer, and no one should be celebrating anyone being murdered. I don't give a damn like what your job is, what you are. It's like at the end of the day, it makes no sense. Nobody shouldn't have been killed. You know what I mean? These protests were actually, for once, bring people together. I felt like these shootings made so much of an impact on people, that people, I felt like there were people that actually finally sit down and understand, like, hold up, we have a problem here in America. Even though America been had a problem, I feel like people were finally starting to realize it, and then it was like we were going to take strides to move forward. But what this shooting just did, it just brought us all backwards. Talk about a country divided. Stay away from Twitter, Facebook, because you're going to see some shit from people that you don't expect to see that might offend you. That's why I said on Twitter, I don't want to hear anything about Blue Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, because at the end of the day, you ain't got to tell me that life matters, damn it, you don't. Because violence isn't the answer, and it's a damn shame that, wow, the cops that were serving justice and protecting the people and making sure everything was organized was the ones that get gunned down. And I know police brutality takes place everywhere. Some go unnoticed, some go unreported, some are, not all of them are taped. But damn it, Dallas, at cops that are actually, demonstrating what it is to be a good cop. But what did that solve? Because the cops that murdered all of the blacks from this year, last year, all the cops that murdered you, they're still walking. You didn't make a statement. You know what I mean? Like I said, all the shooting itself is terrible. I don't want no sort of retaliation or anything like that. But if this would have taken place in like Baton Rouge or Minnesota, where the murders actually took place, to me, it would make somewhat sense. I would still feel the same way, like, damn, that's still not the answer, but it will only make sense because you're a little bit closer to the person that did it. Because at the end of the day, why bother? Why? It makes no sense. This whole thing is ridiculous, and it's scary now because I feel worse than I did yesterday. Because now I feel like, when I woke up this morning, I'm like, man, maybe I finally got a chance. Maybe the world woke up and saw. You know what I mean? Now I feel like, shit, the world also went to bed with cops being killed in retaliation of blacks. And now I feel like it's truly a white and black thing. And it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that way. And like I said, I don't know. This stuff seems crazy. There's too much stuff going on. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It could have been set up. Why Dallas? It could have been set up. We got corrupt ass Hillary Clinton and her shit. The attention needed to go away from her, obviously, and we're putting our attention back on race. Every time something's going on, something racist happens. That the nation needed to look away from the real problem, and then we go back after the dirt is done. You know what I mean? And the craziest thing is when people are murdered, especially people that are close to you or within your communities, you don't just get over like somebody being killed like in a day. It doesn't happen. But damn, Alton Sterling after his murder is like, damn, that shit affected people, and then Philando, that shit, like, oh shit, like, oh, 2 murders in 10 days. That was so much to process to get over. And now the Dallas shooting, I mean, with that, we're gonna forget about those murders. At the end of the day, all killing is bad. That's why it says thou shall not kill. And I don't understand why it's taking place, because like I said, all it did was make things worse. And now we got all sorts of problems. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, I don't want to be dealing with no martial law and having curfews and all this bullshit that they're trying to do. I honestly just want to just live my life. You know what I mean? I just want to live my life. You know what I mean? I already dealt with, not things being super equal. Shit, if I can just get by without being killed for no damn reason, that's fine enough, as long as I'm able to raise my family and just move forward and let God take me by natural causes. You know what I mean? But this stuff that we got going on here is crazy. It's not right. It's uncalled for. And A lot of people are wrong. Nobody should be celebrating. Nobody should be happy because nothing was served. No justice whatsoever was served. Our brothers and sisters are still dead, dying, and the murderers still walking. Still walking. What did this killing really do? What does the Dallas shooting do? All it did was ignite hate and for us to be mad at each other. And the moment we were all coming together, we quickly moved apart. Somebody wanted to make a stand, make a statement. I'm not with it. And I don't really got anything else to say about it. I just pray that we figure something out and that something happens. We gotta get the corruption out of these people. We gotta get the evil out of these people, because so much stuff happened yesterday. Not only just the shooting, just so many errors. You know what I mean? They're looking for a suspect. What they do, they find the first person they see, the first black person they see with a gun, and put his picture all over the internet. Call the cops on 911 if you see this person. Come to find out, man, he had nothing to do with the situation. He gave they put his picture with him with a gun because he's in Texas, which is a open carry state, and media fails to tell you that. So, and he was black, so they took his picture and like, oh, he's part of the people that shooting at the cops. And there's live raw video footage of him giving his gun to the cops, to him being amongst the people while the shootouts was happening. So it's like, really? He should be looking for a lawsuit right there, because if they didn't retract quick enough, that could have got him killed the minute he was saw. That could have got him killed. It's a damn shame. And not all cops were wounded. I mean, a pedestrian was wounded in this case too, but obviously you can see how many cops were hit. This was an attack on police, and like I said, man, stop with that. Because when somebody says Black Lives Matter, somebody gonna come out and say All Lives Matter, and then somebody gonna say Blue Lives Matter. At the end of the day, we all sound really stupid. Life in itself matters. Come up. Your life is no better than mine. My life is no better than yours. Hey, I will value my life better than anyone else as an individual, and my family's life as an individual, because that's probably what I'm going to do. But this violence isn't the answer. Don't click up and say, because not all blacks are, hey, Black Lives Matter. Not all whites are all lives matter. Not all cops are in this Blue Lives Matter. All those lives matter was honestly a makeup and a retaliation, and to try to subdue the whole Black Lives Matter movement. I think all those movements, as a name, as a title, is done because it only separates us all again. Because at the end of the day, I think whites, blacks, Hispanics, Asians can all protest together without a tag, without a title. We're people. We're humans. That's all I gotta say. I'm out.